boy, I hate money. Man, Tears of the Kingdom, the collector's edition for this. Let me tell you, when Breath of the Wild came out and there was a collector's edition and a deluxe edition, you know, I thought they were going to do something crazy like they did last time, because they had one of the craziest collector's editions for Breath of the Wild, with the Master Sword, and, you know, other than that, that was literally the only difference. So this collector's edition is the only one for Tears of the Kingdom. Thank goodness. Although, I will say for Breath of the Wild, since it's the better game, I wish I had that Master Sword, because, oh, it was so good. You know, I can go over my thoughts of Tears of the Kingdom a little bit more in a review, if I ever get to it, because I have a lot to say, because, let's face it, Breath of the Wild, it's better. And there's a lot of reasons for it. If you guys feel that way down below, let me know. I won't get into too many reasons, but I guess the first one is that it's not so much the map being a continuation, it's that, like, the whole game feels like just DLC that they wanted to add in, right? That being said, you know, we're missing a lot of things, like the Master Cycle and you know, all of the champions. Like, the one champion, the Goron champion, he already had a power. Why does he have a new power? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. Whatever. We had, you know, a lot of weird things when it comes to this. From beginning to end, it seemed like this was going to be the last game on the Switch. Thankfully, it's not. We don't know what the last game is going to be on the Switch as of this moment, because there is still backwards compatibility, but if I had to guess, it would be Metroid Prime 4. Alright, I didn't actually get to show the Steelbook in my Steelbooks video, because I known that I didn't open this yet, and I wanted to save a little bit of this for the video, because, wow. Now that is a Steelbook. If I had ever seen it. Oh, the art and so, oh. Huh. It's, smashed in. Wow. That, I don't even know what to say to that. I am actually pissed that this is a thing. Mind you, this is new. I just opened this. I can't even reach out to Nintendo because it's been so long since, so I either have to A, find another Steelbook, or B, just deal with this for the rest of my life, and this will irk me. Wow. Like, that's just there. Like, there's clear padding for this. So, someone in the factory, you know what, maybe I'm just gonna consider it a beautiful factory defect. I guess. Pisses me off, but, you know, it's, life. Hopefully none of the other packages are like this. I will say, this is, like, come on. Why there's so much packaged, like, plastic on this stuff baffles me. Like, there's no reason for it, other than the fact that someone, wanted this to look as fancy as possible. Like, how much plastic are you gonna waste on this? Like, really? Oh. Well, shoot. And these are the runes. You know, Tears of the Kingdom bragged so much about the sky, too, right? They bragged so much about the sky, but they didn't really do much with it in comparison to the ground. The underground was the bigger portion of this, I feel like. You know, these runes as well, or champions, or whatever, I mean, they're cool, but I think Breath of the Wild just did it a lot better. You have the different power-ups. I don't remember which is which, because in all honesty, Tears of the Kingdom, in comparison, is not as great as Breath of the Wild, in my opinion. Like, really. That being said, another thing I love, the art book. The thing, the creme de la creme in any game design, you know, oh. Hello, what are you? Let me see this real quick, off camera. Okay, wow, I didn't know this was a... Whoa, that's, wow. You know what? Wow, that, We'll see that in a second. Whoa! Man, they really went all out. But let's talk about the artwork, right? Because as a game design major, as someone who loves the making of games and how wonderful they can be, I really do think that art books should be more of a staple inside each individual game, right? It doesn't take much to digitally scan each, piece of artwork, poster. Oh, right. Yeah, so, artwork. It doesn't take much to put it in the game. I mean, seriously. Like, concept art-wise, I think I will eventually try and work with someone to get these all scanned in. I will, because, these should be free to everyone. Like, just seeing all of it is something great. Like, you know what's funny? We never had, like, a diamond, or was it? The diamond swords are really cool. The fusion mechanic is probably the saving grace of this game. If they didn't have the fusion mechanic, it'd be a little weird. The outfits themselves, I'll say this. I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. I think Breath of the Wild did theirs better. The battery mechanic is great in terms of the Zonai technology. In terms of the recipe stuff, it's just Breath of the Wild 2. It really is. Oh, these lovable lugs right here. These guys. I 100%ed Tears of the Kingdom, by the way. Just telling you this right now. I 100%ed it. Yes, I used the glitches before they patched them out, because oh my god, those glitches were so broken, it's not even funny. Wow. Like, it is staggering how bad they had broken it. The dupe glitch and the dupe master sword I still have, which again, that should be a reward for the player. And I feel like the more that people, like, play the game and they try to, like, oh, let me update this, and let me do this, and it's not needed. I never wanted to update my Tears of the Kingdom. Eventually it got to a point where I think Nintendo forced it if you were on the internet, and they, if you didn't turn off a certain setting, it updated it automatically, but thankfully I completed it before that. I will say the hearts of these monsters being these giant things that you attach to swords and stuff, it's cool. I like the elemental effect. I miss the wizard rods. If the wizard rods were, like, a more durable thing, I think they would have been fine. Having the Sheikah or Zonai kind of, like, temples and such, where you get the mystic orbs to then increase your heart and stamina, it's cool. It's cool. Do I think these little runic bosses are like, they're fine. It's just a lot of reused assets. There's little seed pods, sure. There's like 120 of them. Link's tunic got an upgrade. Like, it's got a shoulder pad now. Cool. But, like, in Tears of the Kingdom terms, it's no Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask. It's more like Ocarina of Time to Ocarina of Time 2. If that makes sense. A lot of things were scrapped. A lot of things were added. I will say, like, the enemies themselves, the horns are a nice touch. I miss the battle zones with the Sheikah technology. Those little chambers you'd use to go in, and they would be one-on-one duels. I miss that, right? There's no boss fights there. It's not, Now, these trees, on the other hand, it's interesting to see the size comparison between Link, a normal, a seedling, a bigger seedling, and then the tree itself, right? I think that's a cool touch. Because obviously in the design process, you have to kind of get size and scale of things. The art, yeah, honestly, it's Nintendo art. We all know it's, like, top-notch quality. I will say certain things could be better in terms of Tears of the Kingdom, just because, I don't know, like, yeah, you have a lot of generic soldiers. Like, these guys, I think there's, like, the same generic soldier plastered everywhere with very little facial differences to just save on things they do. The horse god was something that I did I complete in Breath of the Wild? I don't know. There was a horse god quest. I remember getting the main horses for Ganon, Zelda, and Link in Breath of the Wild, but I don't remember if I did it in Tears of the Kingdom. I think I did. Your horses don't carry over. That's another thing I don't like. The horses don't carry over. Why? I don't know. But overall, in terms of art, like, it's again, it's Nintendo art. Like, what do you expect here? Now, let me tell you something about Zelda right here. That's a woman. My ex had similar hair to her, and oh my gosh, I wanted her to cosplay it so much. I miss her very dearly for emotional reasons, but it's such a sad thing that she never got to cosplay her. Because she had that exact hair, basically. The short hair. And, she pulled it off well. Not a lot of girls can pull off short hair. If you think you can pull off short hair and you're a girl, note down in the comments below. But, you know, in terms of the Koroks too, like, again, reminder, I have a subscriber goal for my gaming channel. I will get the rest of the Koroks between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom at, I think it was 100,000 followers. So just a reminder, if you want to go to my other channel, it's linked at the end of the video. Please do so, because I don't want to do it, and I kind of want people to hold me to my word. I'm a man who keeps his promises, after all. So, now, who was this guy? Was he one of the music guys? He was the, oh, yeah, he was the wandering musician, right? He had the weirdest thing. I do like these boats. The little boat wreckages, and you'd fight all monsters. I think that's, like, the equivalent of those, like, ship kinda, or not, it would be the equivalent of those little battle arenas, but the problem is that it had more monsters, and it wasn't so much a test of Link's swordsmanship skills, it was a test of, hey, can you bum rush a whole pirate ship full of monsters? The answer is yes, he's Link, they're monsters, they're dumb. Versus robots. Now, King, Daphnis? I don't know. The Zoro King. Bro has been skipping leg day for a while. I mean, bro, where are your, like, calves? Like, sure, his back and chest, undeniably beatable. But, like, you know, there's no point if I outline it. Did he have this uniform on in Tears of the... I thought it was just this, right? I thought it was just this. I thought this was his final design, not so much with the tapestries. I could be wrong. Again, I beat Tears of the Kingdom within, like, the first week of it coming out. The oil, the hard rocks, the boss, the armor plates, the shields, the fashion hat. Again, bringing fashion elements from that one Zelda game that I can't think of. Triforce Heroes. That one, you know, surprised me. I don't know what it is with the Zelda creators and loving fashion, but hey, you know, more power to them. And I love the evolution of the Lizalfos, right? Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, right? But that's also like any kind of, you know, enemy in this game. You have 4 levels to each of them. And don't mind my neighbor, they like to slam the door. I don't know if they caught it on camera or not, but they slam the door a lot. Also, I think they get new plants a lot downstairs. But in any case, the plants, okay, the plant life was fine. The rewindability that they showed off showing this little wrecking ball thing, wonderful. Link's Awakening outfit, let me tell you about this thing. He's adorable. I love him. And honestly, I really want to play Link's Awakening on the Switch too. I'm hoping that they fix the glitches, because I feel like it's just an optimization issue, not so much an issue of, like, the color development. It's just what the Switch can handle. But here's the thing. How is it the Switch can handle this game, but not that game, right? It's just poor optimization on the developer's part, which is why this is the first $70, like, Nintendo game. Now this guy, listen, Demise's wrath is very apparent here. Oh, that opening was crazy. I will say these guys are, I forget what these are called. I forget what these are called. Bulmas? I think they're, no. I don't know. But they're alright, I guess. Like, in terms of enemies, they're not the ones I think of the most. I just think of them as the most annoying ones, because you always have to shoot something in their mouths, and then they get, like, you know, like little uvula, and you have to beat that for some reason. The world's best upgrade. Enough said. Man, 100 years never looked so good. Or 1,000, I don't remember which. But, you know, art concepts like this deserve to be preserved. I love the concept art of all games, and I think cherishing it in these little videos is a nice little additive, we'll say. I kind of don't know where to go to get someone to scan all of this. Because, you know, these scans should be somewhere on the internet, but, like, if I have my own archive, I could tell people to go here and, you know, just enjoy the art. These puzzles as well. Like, the Zelda dungeons weren't as puzzly, in this game, right? Like, you know, like, this was... I don't even remember what this puzzle was. I think it was just a matter of, like, oh yeah, you just go whoop, and then you might... climb onto something, or... Oh, no, you had to line everything and go straight up to the top. That's what it was. Or if you wanted to go to the straight and then to the side, and you'd get, like, a chest over here. That's something, right? Small puzzle, not really great. The amiibo support in this game was very lacking. I have a few of them. I have the Link one, I got the Zelda one, and the Papa Ganon one later, but it didn't do much. I'm sorry. Amiibo support in Breath of the Wild was so much better, and they cut Wolfling for some reason, which is an atrocity. He was the bestest boy, and I'm sorry. Sky Islands, there needed to be more Sky Islands. There was no Skyward Sword reference either, which kind of weirded me out. Considering this is supposed to take place at the end of the timeline, right? I don't know, man, I got Hyrule Historia, but even then, they redacted some of the information and timeline in Hyrule Historia, so I don't know anymore. Also, I have a video eventually that I have the Hyrule Historia on Wii U, so I will gladly go over all of that in the Wii U version, and that'll be free for everyone to see as a preserved media as part of my vault. Now, the Koroks, I hate these little guys. They're everywhere. And yet, by the time you're done collecting a patch of them, and it's just so you get more storage space. Okay, it's not good. I will say the Zonai ruin areas like this were okay. We don't know much more about the Zonai than anyone else did. Do I find it strange? Absolutely. Do I think it needs to be better than what we got? Yeah, kind of. Like, we don't see, like, I don't know what this is. I don't remember what this is. Like, was this part of something? Like, some kind of shrine or something? Like, I don't remember this being part of it, right? But these little gems either. Like, this is new. You know, they don't really label scrapped or forgotten concepts. Now, this little guy, I know for a fact that is not in here. The red one, I don't think the red one's in here. I think it's just a green gem type thing. It's so funny to see these scrapped out. Like a library. A Zonai library. I think we see this in, like, a cutscene with Zelda and the princess or the scientist of the Sime, who becomes one of our champion guests things that we fight in a giant mech. But it's like, you know, you have the villagers, which is fine. I will say, like, there could have been more to these dungeons, right? It would have been cool to have Link kind of make all these contraptions himself, or have a way for Link to go back to a base and kind of play around in a 3D space to make these contraptions. Instead, you kind of save them periodically as you go along, instead of having kind of a machine maker. Like, in this area, it looks like you would go here, you would see all your Zonai technology, or any kind of Zonai technology, and then you could save a preset here. Instead, you save your presets in the actual gameplay. I don't like it. Don't matter to me. I'm just saying, it's like, in the end, it might have been better to have done it that way, instead of have that be a scrapped concept. do we even have, is this bow a thing? Or, like, I don't, not a bow. Staff. This staff isn't in the game. I know it's not in the game. I don't think it's in the game. It's so weird, like, some of these ideas, like, whoa, I really wanted to come to life, like, what, this looks like a war room. Actually, I think this might be in the game, I'm not sure. Again, it's been a while since I've played it, but it looks like a war room with a map of Hyrule, and you get to see, like, hey, like, listen, we gotta attack those gorillas here, the Gorons over here will support us if we screw up, yada yada yada. Like, you know what I mean? I could see King what was his name? Problem is, again, this game, not as memorable as Breath of the Wild. I will say the textures here are the gold. I love gold. Now, the pattern, I don't think the bear pattern made it either. Like, some of these kite patterns didn't make it into the final cut, which is a bit of a shame. This guy, oof, he's something. We don't get these giant keys either, which is weird. Like, I don't know why we don't get these giant keys, but, you know, neither of these little bat things either. We don't see, these are enemy concepts that aren't in the game, and it makes me wonder if they'll do what they did last time and put them in the game. Now, this guy was kind of replaced with the one who was the music guy. The music guy was better, I'm sorry. You know, he gave riddles, and he had an accordion, and he was wonderful. I forget, Cass was his name. Yeah, I don't remember this guy's name. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, wait, no, that's not an E. Oh, this is kanji. Or not kanji, katakana. I'm not as familiar with katakana as I am hiragana. But since they're all characters made... Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, each of the names are in Japanese, katakana, and unfortunately right now I'm learning a lot of hiragana. And it's, oh man, maybe I should really learn, more katakana. The hair on this guy, like, the fact that they had this animated to a T, because of all these reasons, is wonderful. Yeah, you know, I mean, I think a lot of the concepts here, wow. Yeah, we don't get this. It seems very archaic, very, you know, there's a lot here. I think these are at the end of the like, rogues bases. The rogue bases, of the, not the Shiko, oh, what are the opposite of the Shika? The Yiga. The Yiga hideouts, I think they're like the opposite of, and you never visit this part of the game again. I think this is the beginning where you find Ganon. You never visit this part of the game again. I wish you could. Like, you could visit the Shrine of Breath of the Wild in Tears of the Kingdom. You know, the Shrine of Resurrection. I don't think this hat is in here, but, like, I like the design, like, the step-by-step where it's like, okay, how do we do it? First, put a sock on his head. Second, put a monster, like, skeleton kind of sock on his head. Third, add the fur and then tighten the nose up a little bit. Make it bigger. Perfect. We ship tomorrow. I just like talking about each of these individually, but, like, some of these Sky Islands, like, this is just a generic Sky Island. Like, I know this one's this is the beginning one, if I recall correctly. Like, you know, and then this is a light puzzle. Oh yeah, this is the light puzzle that was in the game, and it drains the water, if I'm not mistaken. You know, these little robots that, you know, shovel Zonai into the furnace and all that other stuff. This is the part where the king and the queen of the past meet with Zelda, and she's like, hey, like, you know, you guys are like my great grandparents. Cool. It's just like thousands of years of lineage. And then, oh yeah, like, this is where the tear is, usually. I think this concept for the glider is in the game, and obviously that's the Maduga jaw. I don't know. I mean, in terms of collector's editions, this is pretty standard, except for one thing that I wish the Metroid Prime one had. Again, we got the rods, but, like, you have to fuse things to them. I miss the Wizbros that had them. I think the Wizbros are in there, but they're very few and far between, and instead of just getting a fire rod, an ice rod, and a lightning rod, you just get the rod. I could be mistaken. Again, it's been a while since I played it. Now this is a cool glider design. Look at that. That'd be kind of cool. Tori Aetsu. Don't know the kanji because it's very broken. Blank Dashinane. Again, don't know what it means. Sorry. I can read it, just can't tell you what it means, because that one kanji, and also the fact that it's, I'm still learning. I will say, the Hinoxes being added a lot more of, they were Hinoxes. I wanted variants of them in Breath of the Wild. I'm glad they carried over to here. We got some variants. I think we got a fire Hinox? Didn't we? I don't know. I think we got more variants of Hinoxes and bosses. Again, more generic NPCs. We did get this kite at the end. Bird people. Cool. Love it. In terms of, concept art stuff, it's very hit or miss, and I feel like a lot of stuff is missing and or redacted, just for the fact that, they don't want to show a lot of development, especially with Zelda. It's Zelda. I can see why they want to redact some stuff, because then people will be like, oh, we could have had something better, or something worse. Like I said, there's a reason Nintendo has, a lot of leaks in their system. It's because of things like this. They should really kind of open up more to the public. I feel like the spreading of these different suits, and just, this is just a wall, with, some text on it that I don't think we get in-game. I could be wrong. And then you have, concept for the sand walruses. Why is that the last thing we see here? Because then other than that, we just get Ganon. That's it. That's the last thing we get. It doesn't leave much of a lasting impact, in my opinion. The book itself is beautiful. Very beautiful. Now, time for the last piece here, which, let me tell you, this is... I didn't even realize what it was until I opened a, steel poster. And then I look, I take a little peek, and just, let me just take this out slowly, because, wow. I can't even... Oh, sorry. Important. For reliable adhesion, please apply the magnet to a dry, clean, flat surface in the area of the wall you wish to place the magnet to remove the... Oh, wow. So they give you a magnet for this, too. Hold up. Oh, shoot. They give you a whole magnet for this. Wow. So they got a third-party company for this. Whoa. Wow. That is gorgeous, and also kind of underwhelming, because, my desktop background, and to be honest, it's a lot of people, they kind of make this easy, and the logo of icon art is in the back, and I think they just, a third-party company doing this versus Nintendo doing this, which would explain why my Steelbook looks like that. That actually irks me. I guess some very disgruntled employee actually was like, nah, Nintendo, you. Oh, the whole Steelbook is... Oh, wow, the whole Steelbook's cracked. Holy So, in other words, my Steelbook is completely broken in every sense of the word. Not broken, but, well, that's unfortunate. I don't like... Yeah, I don't like that, at all. Kinda irks me a little bit. Yeah, not really happy about that. I might try and contact Nintendo support and just be like, hey, I unboxed this. It's a little upsetting, yada yada yada. Yeah, I don't know. It's, weird. Little weird. In any case, yeah. Cool. Alright, back to this magnet thing, right? This is... Oof. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I don't think I'm gonna put this anywhere, if I'm being completely honest. Because it's one of those things where it's I have a big wall of a lot of posters already, And I have one for Breath of the Wild and Link's Awakening that I'm looking at, or actually 2 for Link's Awakening that I'm looking at right now. And it's not even the same size. So, like, I don't know where I could put this. Maybe, I don't know. But I think it's cool. I think it's beautiful. And definitely, it was definitely worth the collector's edition portion of this. Like, I will say that's what made it worth it. You know, no Master Sword, right? But, you know, a nice metal steel, like, kind of, like, poster frame? Pretty dope, if I do say so myself. Yeah, thank you for watching. Still kind of bummed out about this. Yeah. What do we do about that one? Because, again, like you saw, I just opened everything in front of you guys. It's a little depressing to actually think that this was a product Nintendo gave me, a consumer. But, you know, hey, what are you gonna do? I guess someone was very disgruntled at the factory for Tears of the Kingdom's Collector's Edition. Like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you drink a gallon of water today. You know, it's gonna be summer soon. It's a little spring as of recording this, but you know what? You should always be drinking your water. Okay, cool. Stay healthy, stay fit, you know, and do 10 jumping jacks. Do 10 jumping jacks. Alright, bye.